See, that's how sports ball works. You're supposed to hate people who like the other thing.
Sports ball is stupid,
hate
Derek.
them. You hate them entirely on that premise alone.
On that premise alone. And you like the people that like your sports ball team, even if you hate literally everything else about them.
Well, no, you can still hate those people, but like they're good. You know, those are good at heart people because they like your team. But you can still hate them.
They're good at heart. You know they're good at heart because they like.
You can look at them and be like, "Man, that person." They know what they're talking about for sports.
All right, hello everyone. Oof, I'm peeking. All right, whatever. Hello. Welcome back to Speletons. I'm Zinker, he's Derek, and this is Wargroove. It's a Fire Emblem like Nindie game that we tried to play on release date, but they're like, ha, we ain't out yet. They didn't want to release it at like 12 a.m. or 2 a.m., which is when we tried to do it. So that was disappointing. But now here we are. Derek has some sports ball related stuff. 3. What's up?
We even tried at 3.
Yeah, we even tried at 3. That's right. We waited to 3 and hoped it would work, and it didn't. So we were really sad. Campaign. So I know I know there's like this is for you, Derek. I know there's like a custom scenario building thing for this.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that. So I figured that's something you might enjoy. This might be a game you actually want to get. I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah,
I don't know much about it. I'm sorry. I'm just adjusting the audio just to make sure it's not too loud on the game end. But I'm going to patrol the throne room. Wait for me. Alright, so Derek has some sports ball stuff to talk about. But before he does, I want to shout out Checkers Pizza, who did not sponsor us. But they gave me... So I ordered a grinder. I ordered a grinder from them. Okay, I guess that's a Fox.
You know that app's free.
What? Not Grinder.
Grinder.
No, not Grinder. I ordered a grinder. Derek, follow along, okay? Anyhow, I ordered a grinder from them at like 1 a.m. And he comes around at 1:30 a.m. It's like, so we didn't have any of the. I don't even know what he said. He's like, I swear to God, he said hot sauce. We don't have any of hot sauce to drink, so I brought you this instead. He shows Bark's root beer, and I'm like, I didn't even order a drink. And he's like, oh, well, you want these? I'm like, sure. So he gave me two cans of Bark's root beer.
Well, you got it.
Yeah, thanks. I'm like 10 out of 10 service. Grinder was pretty good too. So thanks Checkers Pizza, for giving me root beer for no reason. I can't really drink it because I'll die because it's caffeine. But I can save it for a day where I need energy super badly, or soda super badly. Oh, good. It was telling me how to. Yeah, it's Fire Emblem. I need to defeat that guard and clear a path to the king. Oh, my controller.
Before I get to sports ball, because I feel like we shouldn't jump into it immediately.
Okay. No, we can. Go for it.
Wow, this is really just like this is a lot like Fire Emblem. This kind of also reminds me. So I've seen tactics games tactics games like this before. I think Final Fantasy Tactics is like this, but I never played it. So I don't know for sure. I've heard it's similar. I looked into it extensively at one point because I was like, man, I really want to get this because it looks like Fire Emblem, but I didn't. One game I actually really enjoyed a lot that is very much like a Fire Emblem game. It was an Xbox game. It was an Xbox 360 game.
Valkyria Chronicles?
It wasn't an indie game. No. It was I don't know what to call it. I guess it was an arcade game. That's the right term. It was actually an Avatar game. You could use your avatar in it. It was one of the first ones.
Oh, okay.
It was called Band of Bugs.
Band of Bugs. You've talked to me about this before.
I probably have.
This Fox girl. I like how she just walks in and she looks away and moves her hand towards them and it just defeats them. There was once a game called Cacophony. I don't care much about the story. I've never cared about story in these types of games. I'm all about gameplay.
I care about the story, but I guess I'm just not gonna get it. So
yeah, well you can buy the game if you want to see. I mean, I'm not
break
gonna
that
skip
wall.
it.
I
I'm
feel like
just not
breaking
gonna
that wall
talk it.
isn't a good decision. I don't know.
Did
Is that
you
where you're
hear
headed?
that? Swordsman, did you hear that? Calm yourself. It's just a storm. I don't know. I could have sworn that sound came from inside a castle. Humans are so numerous, like rodents. Isn't worth the time and effort it would take to kill them all. I should stick to hallways to avoid the tire swarm.
Yeah,
Okay.
I figured you. There's a lot of people there.
So, I'll fucking take them.
Yeah, Band of Bugs is it's like a Fire Emblem game, except your party is like a bunch of bugs. Also, you can use your avatar as the main character.
There's a lot of guys. Shredder and Drew will be prepared to make you. Oh my god. Huff. Am I gonna fight them all? Defeat. Oh no, I lost.
Probably shouldn't have knocked on that door. Or that wall.
Wow. Can I skip this? No, I actually. Oh yeah, I can just hold A to skip. Okay.
Yeah.
I guess I'm bad at this game. That's fine. You know
it's been
what
a long
else
time
I'm
since
bad
I
at?
played
Starting a timer. I haven't done that yet. I should do that right now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. That's important for when we know then the episode. There you go. So all that was just bonus time, guys. So you don't even lose episode time.
Wonder if I can play that on my Xbox One. Maybe I'd play that again at some point if I ever find the time again.
Band of Bugs.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Goodbye.
Yeah, it sounds like it might be.
Okay,
I'm turning it down a bit more. I might be equal level with it. I don't know. I'm kind of quiet. It's hard to tell. I hate this new computers, Mike.
Yeah. So Sports Ball.
Okay. Yeah. That was what that's
while
what
you,
people are here
while
to
you redo
see.
while you redo this. Yeah. So today was the Super Bowl. I didn't get to watch it, unfortunately. Actually, it's probably for the best. Yeah, sure. Yesterday was the Super Bowl. Why not? So
Derek.
Yeah, I know.
That.
Anyways, yeah, I just don't like thinking of days like that. It hurts me.
Yeah. I know.
It's not that I don't it's not that I don't like why you're saying it, or like I don't realize when it's past 12 that it is in fact the next day. I just don't like thinking of it like that.
Sure, Derek. Whatever.
So,
makes you
anyways,
feel okay.
Yeah, today was the Super Bowl. Yes, it was the Super Bowl. So first things first. The boring part for you and probably most people watching. The Super Bowl was super uninteresting from what I heard. I remember I saw the start of the third quarter. That was like all I saw from it. And I saw that and I was like, wow, this is a shitty ass game.
Oh, the Super Bowl?
So I'm glad it was like real low scoring. The end score was 13-3. And the Patriots won, so that's even worse.
Did you like the Rams?
No, but I just don't like the Patriots.
I wanted the Rams to win. Why do you hate the Patriots?
A lot of people do.
Why?
They've won a stupid amount of Super Bowls.
Okay. I guess I would rather go for the underdog than anything else.
Yeah, people want to see I'd like to see the underdog win. Also, like there have been a lot of like there've been a lot of shady things that have potentially happened but never been able to be exactly proven.
Okay.
Also, if you ever watch Patriots games, there's you see a lot of very odd calls sometimes. And from like the perspective of someone who's for the most part unbiased, because like I don't care, I don't like the Patriots, but I don't care that much. I agree that like it looks to me like they get a lot of like leeway with calls.
No idea.
That I don't see with other teams.
But you know what? I don't care.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
I
was gonna try to keep the actual
sports ball. I want the gorilla
sports ball
to be part of sports ball. That's all I want.
Yes, I remember this conversation.
Yes. It's a very fantastic conversation.
So anyways, I don't know about the commercials. The last couple Super Bowls I watched, the commercials were degrading in quality. Like I wasn't very entertained by a lot of them, or by most of them. So like, I'm fine not really seeing the commercials. I don't know if there's any like real winners this time or not, but because like that's also something people like to watch for. the most important thing for a lot of people I know was the halftime show. I don't know if you heard about it at all ahead of time.
Not that the Sweet Victory was gonna be played. No, I don't even think that was ever the case. I think Maroon 5 said they wanted Sweet Victory to be played. And that's
so
it.
here's what happened.
There was no, and then the media's like, oh, Sweet Victory is gonna get played. I'm like, okay.
Okay, so here's what happened. A long time, a couple months before the Super Bowl, after Steven Hillenburg died, the creator of SpongeBob. I don't know if I mispronounced his last name. I apologize. Or his first name.
I think you did.
I don't think I did either.
There we go. That's why I couldn't hear you.
But what do you know about pronunciations, anyways?
A lot. I know. I've never pronounced anything wrong in my life, ever.
Okay. And I'm just not gonna bother. Anyways, so
okay. I mean,
a couple months ago, there was a petition online, which I signed, to have Sweet Victory played at the Super Bowl. I did not expect anything to come of it whatsoever. Because like it's, you know, it as far as I could tell, it just looked like a bunch of like internet nerds begging for something at something that begging for to get something at an event that has nothing to do with them. Because you know, football is a very mainstream thing. I think a lot of people, like at least our age, really don't care as much as like people who are older do. So like it's I wouldn't expect anything to come of it really, just because of that.
Yeah.
I'm fast forward to
the petition.
I didn't expect anything to come of the petition.
I'm reading. I knew it was gonna be a slight problem. I'm reading and also trying to listen at the same time. Mostly,
yes,
I'm looking to see if there's any tutorials in these opening missions.
That's also fair. So fast forward to this week. Earlier this week, there was a lot of clickbait articles stating that Maroon 5 would in fact be performing Sweet Victory.
Yes, that's not what they said. They said they wanted to. They didn't. I don't think they got permission for it. Just an FYI. I'm pretty certain that's how that went down.
How much did you look into this?
Not a lot. I know there's a lot of clickbait articles with it. I know that for a fact.
So keep in mind the clickbait. Just because the clickbait I'm not saying the clickbait articles were correct. I'm just saying that this is what they were saying. It's not out of the ordinary for clickbait articles to say things incorrectly.
Right.
Such as like they are going to perform Sweet Victory when the action.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. 5. Oh, Derek's gone. That's great. Way to go, Derek. Way to go. Guess we'll pause until Derek gets back. We're here. Alright, you ready? We're back. We're back already, Derek. So.
Alright, I don't remember what I was saying.
I don't know, Super Bowl, so the SpongeBob.
Alright, so, yeah, so, I think I left off with, like,
Very well.
so...
There are a bunch of articles circling
There's a petition.
around how Maroon 5 was going to do
articles, petition. Yeah, so, you get to this week, there's a bunch of articles saying, that they were going to do it. People, I think, which got people real, like, some people, like, real hype, especially, like, the million plus people who signed it. You know, that it might actually happen. Like, we might get. I think most people weren't expecting the full song because that sounds like, you know, that's asking a lot. It's not really that, the halftime really isn't that long. So like,
Right.
I personally was like hoping for like a verse, and that's all I was hoping for.
Okay.
So.
I think that's uninteresting, but you know, just a verse. But keep going.
So come to the actual Super Bowl. We get, if you haven't seen the clip already, if you watch the halftime show, partway through we get, they show like 2 or 3 like little animated bits that are about like a second or two long at best. Maybe like a second, probably like a second. I would just say like a second. And then I think Squidward says something. Then you get the horns, like the intro to Sweet Victory. And then where the song should have started, they start a different song. And that was all they did for Sweet Victory.
Yeah. And then they go into sicko mode, which is whew.
I stopped watching afterwards.
Yeah.
I started watching the halftime show, and then I didn't watch live. I just like watched a clip of it because I'd heard stuff happened during it, but I didn't really know exactly what it was. So I heard that it was short and like that it wasn't what people expected. So I watched it for myself. I had to drive home from Rochester today. I was driving home during the Super Bowl, or during the second half of it, and I was playing Magic during it. Which I did. I wish I could have watched. I wanted to watch it, but I also wanted to play Magic more. So,
right. I didn't want to watch the Super Bowl at all. I came home and napped. Yeah. Until 1 a.m.
Yeah. I most people I know don't could care less about the Super Bowl. The only people I know who actually watched it are people who are from New England. So, people who wanted to watch the Patriots.
Yeah.
I said I said people who are from New England, and I thought, I don't know if you know that the Patriots are from New England.
I don't care. They're the New England Patriots, aren't they?
Yes, I just didn't know if you knew that. I would assume they're
from the New. It would make sense that they're from New England.
Zinker, I don't know what your knowledge of sports is. All I know is it is very limited, because you don't care.
That's insulting, Derek. How could you say that? I'm a big fan of sports ball, Derek. I'm a huge fan of sports ball. I watch sports balls. No, I could care less. Anyone who watches sports ball could die, and it would not make any difference to me. I don't know why I said that, but that's also true.
I was gonna say that's rude. I feel like that's just rude to the people who care. Like that's like. You know,
sports ball. Sports ball could go extinct, and I would not care whatsoever. Not even a little bit.
That's better.
There, yeah, that's a bit more better rephrase.
I'm very much a fan of the thought process of let people enjoy whatever they love, regardless of whether even if you understand it or not. If people enjoy watching sports ball and get super angry at it and want to yell at the TV, by all means. Let them, as long as they're not yelling at me.
As long as they're not yelling at me.
If they enjoy it, I mean, just let them. That's how I feel.
Makes sense.
I wish sports ball people felt the same way about people who like video games or such. But they don't. Most of them are fucking nerds.
Do I have a dog? Oh, I do. Anyhow, so let's talk about that SpongeBob and Super Bowl bullshit that we just encountered. Derek's like, I'm very glad to see it. He keeps talking over me. Derek's like, I'm really glad to see the horns.
Okay.
Look. I don't even think it was respectful to the guy, to Stefan. I don't even think it was that. It feels like a shitty capitalization on memes. To go into a different song. I don't know what sicko mode is or who sings it. I don't know if that's what that guy normally sings or not. I don't know if that was covered by someone else or not, but
so here's what my thoughts are after seeing it. And I to an extent I can understand why a lot of people are very upset about it but I think a lot of people who are upset though had too high of expectations really. Like I said, I only expected a verse. I didn't even get that, but I'm still okay with what they gave us. So my thoughts are that while they didn't quite give us what most people or as much as people wanted.
Yeah.
I think the fact that they had any sort of inclusion of SpongeBob at all was an acknowledgement of the petition. It was an acknowledgement that this is something that people did want. People were asking.
I don't even feel like it was an acknowledgement. If we had gotten it first, then I would think I would take that argument for you. But we just got the horns. It seems like it does not feel like that at all. It feels like one person paid for the rights to use those clips from SpongeBob, and they couldn't get like.
They didn't. I don't think they actually. I don't think they used the actual clips. I think they reanimated it. Albeit I'm sure they had to pay to get rights to do it.
No, I think they used the actual clips. It looked like they did. Well, actually, one thing was new.
What I watched didn't look very high quality, but it looked like it was a different. It looked like it was a reanimated version of two different clips from that episode.
The thing is, I didn't even care for the clip. I just wanted the song.
Yes, that's what everybody wanted.
I just wanted the song. I didn't care for the clip. Clip was cool. It was slightly cool, but I mean, like, I don't know. I'm a little insulted.
Okay.
It doesn't feel like they did it well or acknowledge it. It seems more insulting to me. Like if that was my thing and people wanted to put it in there, I'd be excited to be in there. If I saw that, just the horns of that, I would be disappointed. Like if that were my thing, I'd be extremely disappointed.
So if I had watched it live, I think my thought would have been, like, I'm kind of sad. That's it. But that was my reaction too when I first heard it, because like before I watched the clip, I did hear that like it was just like 5 seconds, and yeah, I was kind of like that's kind of sad, like that they didn't really give us anything. But I thought about it a little bit more, and in addition to, like, I do think so. When you think about the overall scope of things,
right.
First off, the Super Bowl is for America specifically is almost a holiday. Of all of the days of all of the days of the year, the Super Bowl is the #1 party day for the U.S. The day that most people are like partying, letting loose, whatever. It's a significant event for a lot of Americans. A lot of people tune in to watch it. A lot of people very much care about it.
Right.
And when you think of the overall scope of people in the U.S., the amount of people who care about SpongeBob, even know what SpongeBob is a very limited amount of people.
No.
It's a very small amount.
Fucking insane. Ooh, go slow your roll there. A lot of people probably know about SpongeBob, not a limited amount. I would argue at least half. Not even joking.
I was not done with that statement.
Well, just
the amount of people who know about SpongeBob, and also like have any care in the world. Most people who know about SpongeBob most people who know about SpongeBob and care about it are people our age or younger, or are people around, like, people who are like, I would say at least below their 30s, and that's still not a lot of people, I think, or that's still not like not everybody in that age group. Most people, if not everybody above their 30s, the significance of SpongeBob to them is that their kids watched it or watch it, and most of them do not like it, especially now. I know that was my mom. I know that was my parents' view of it when I was younger. They did not like it at all. But
what are you talking about? No, a lot of parents are pretty fine with it.
No, I think you're ridiculous. I think you're being ridiculous to think that that
all right,
many
Derek,
people.
You're two parents. I have
like
a solid 4 or 5 families I can think of. And when I say families, I mean families and extended families. Well, some of them extended. So I don't know what you're talking about. You have slipped into some alternate universe where you think SpongeBob isn't relevant to people. It's pretty relevant. Now I guess I could see an argument.
Zinker, how relevant do you think Pokemon is to people? Would you say it's equal to SpongeBob?
No.
Would you say it's greater?
No. No.
I disagree. I don't agree with a lot of your ideas of the overall scope of things here.
Okay, I know you don't agree with that. But what I'm telling you is a lot of people watch SpongeBob. A lot of people watch or have seen SpongeBob and know what it is. At best, the only thing I could see for an argument there is most people
don't care.
Most people don't care to see Sweet Victory. I don't think anyone would be upset to see Sweet Victory. They might be like, "Wow, that's cool." I don't know if they even say that, but
Zinker, I can tell you. I think you're missing
Derek,
a lot of the people who watch
Derek,
Super Bowl.
Derek, let me tell you something. There is not a single. Okay, hold on. That's not true. Let me rephrase that. There's not a single person in the age group you're describing that would have rather seen Sicko Mode, the song called Sicko Mode, over something from SpongeBob.
I will say that's fair.
Like, so I don't. This argument is pointless. I would say, like, because they are more likely to know SpongeBob than Sicko Mode, whatever the fuck that is. I still don't know what that is. I know it's a song.
So
that's it.
How many do you think people our age would be more excited to see Sicko Mode or SpongeBob?
SpongeBob.
I disagree for the overall scope of people.
We're meme culture.
What I've learned over the course of the last couple of years is I think most people our age are what I would define as normie compared to
Boy, this game is badly programmed.
So a good example of this, I think a good example of this too would be like, my brother is 4 years older than I am, so he is the definition of he is the definition of normie.
Okay.
He does play video games.
Derek, I see all my normie friends complaining about the fact that there's news media saying everyone is upset over the SpongeBob thing should tell you everyone's upset over the SpongeBob thing. I don't know how this argument is persisting.
News like that is biased. I'm gonna see that kind of. I'm not gonna see news of people being like, "Oh, thank God." Of course, I'm not gonna see things of people being like, "Oh, thank God they didn't get that far in Sweet Victory." Of course, I'm not gonna see stuff like that. And if anything, I'm only gonna see people complaining about it because a lot of the people that I follow or on social media or see on social media are all people who have similar views to me, which is why I have them on there in the first place. Because if they had different views, I don't give a shit about what they're saying.
Anyhow, Derek,
anyways,
there isn't much more I could say about this. I mean,
and keep in mind, it was only over. It was I don't know what the number is. It was over 1 million, but I don't believe it was more than 2 million people. How many people watched the Super Bowl?
Yeah, but how many people saw the petition?
I don't know,
probably two. I'm gonna say
2.5
million people saw the petition, Derek. I'm gonna say 2.5 million people signed the petition. Could be 3 million. I'm kind of throwing numbers there. I can't know, but you're saying that's just a small fraction.
Derek,
most people don't care about petitions.
The Super Bowl last year. How many people do you think watched the Super Bowl?
Derek, I don't care. It could be 100,000 million or whatever number that you want to throw at me, but that's not what I'm saying. Petitions don't gather a lot of traction in the first place. Usually,
yes.
You don't so the fact that it got 2 million, that's a lot of signatures, man. Of who knows how many actually saw the petition or even knew about the petition. So and that's what I think boils down to it. It's just that I don't know. I don't know. I kind of got lost in my words there, but
I'm trying to find the petition right now just to see the actual number.
I'm sure it's at 2 million. I have no doubt in my mind it's around.
It is at 1,210,000, and people are still signing it. But I think they're a little late.
That's another thing I was trying to say too.
Okay.
That I think is
that is less than 1%. That is easily less than 1% of the people who watch.
Okay, Derek, how many people saw the petition? I don't care how many people fucking watch it, because I don't think everyone there saw the petition. It's worthless. It's a worthless number.
Yes, I'm saying that's my point. Is that That's my point. Is the people who are watching aren't, or people who are watching aren't aware or just don't care.
That you don't know that. You don't know. You can't say I don't think that.
I guarantee at least 90% of them are unaware of the petition or just did not care about it.
Yes, that aren't aware of the petition. Correct. But when you
or did not care.
You don't know. People could have cared. You don't know. You don't have
the
that
one,
information.
Yeah, the 1.2 million people who signed it. The rest
did. What it is. You don't know what it was. Oh, I can buy another one of those ranger guys. They're pretty useful. So I hear. Anyhow,
I think you're overestimating people.
No, I don't. I think people very clearly really wanted the sweet victory. It's clear to pretty much everyone. I don't. So
well, yeah, like 1.2 million people really wanted it, but like the rest, but like that's not a lot compared in the overall scope of things.
You cannot assume that all those people did not want that just because they didn't sign a petition that they more than likely didn't even see. That is ridiculous on every level. That is a horrible assumption. I will not stand for it, sir.
Okay, well, I'm telling you right now, I think your overall view of this is just very naive.
I know. No, I think your overall view of this is very naive, fucker. Now you listen. This episode's gone way too long just arguing about this. But anyhow, what I was trying to say before, I think another point that I think upsets people, is they're really hoping for sweet victory this year, and they not only did they not get it, but it feels like they're not gonna get like a good sweet victory thing anymore. Like it feels like their chance has been missed for this.
So I have another point to make. I just never got a chance to get to because of...
Cool. Well, it's officially next time on Speletons now. So next time on Speletons, you can make whatever the point is. Bye-bye.